I don't want illegals in our country. I don't want these sort of people that are calling themselves asylum seekers or refugees. I don't want them in our country, and I'm not afraid to say it. I don't want illegal foreigners in my country, in the land of my fathers. And we're somehow supposed to feel guilty for saying that, and I don't. Because it's true, I don't want them here. I don't want anyone illegal living in South Africa doing exactly what they want. It's not about hate for these people. I don't hate them, and I couldn't care less about them. But my problem is this. Why are they in our country legally, and why do they think they can just come in and do whatever they want? It is about love for my country, not about hate for these people. I don't care enough to hate them. I don't care enough about wherever they come from, whatever they're doing over there, to hate people. I have nothing against them. I have no trouble or qualm or problem with them. I just want them out of my country. You can't be here illegally. I'm a patriot, and this is about patriotism. The foolish media and the foolish news channels, these sort of people want us to believe that we're xenophobic. Since when? Since when have South Africans been xenophobic? Since when have South Africans hated other Africans? That is not a thing. That is something that people say in the news. It is 100% false, 100% a lie, and it is absolutely a fabrication. But when we stand up for our country and we say we love South Africa and we don't want foreigners here doing as they want, sneaking over the fence, sometimes just strolling over the fence. When we say we don't want that, we don't want people strolling over the fence, they say, oh, okay, you must be one of those xenophobic people. No, madam, I am a patriot. I am patriotic about my country. Patriotism goes all the way to the Greeks and the Romans and comes from the idea of love for the father. That's why they call it the fatherland. This is the land of my fathers and my fatherland. This is where I have become, I am, from all the history that has passed down. And we have come together here and a country has formed. This is an actual state. You can't now say people can walk in whenever they want. I am devoted to this country. I love this country. And the twisted idea that that makes me a xenophobe is actually what makes these sort of people disreputable. These people are not honest, and this is some kind of scheme here that they're running against us, or trying at least. We are not xenophobic. We do not hate anyone. We love and are devoted to our country. The love for our country is being called hate now. For some other people that we don't even care about. We don't even know these people. But they can come in here and be illegals living in South Africa, and we're supposed to be okay with that. Well, I'm not. I don't want illegal people in this country, and I'm not afraid to say it. They must get out. And the media that keeps saying that we are somehow haters for this, they must shut up and just stop it. Stop lying to people. Stop trying to tell the world that we're haters, because we're not. We are lovers and devoted to our country. We love our country, and we do not love illegals more than we love our country. We are patriots. This is not about xenophobia. This is about patriotism. They want us to ignore the Zama-Zamas who are coming over the fence, stealing the natural resources of this country, and then torturing and causing problems in the communities that they are now in, perpetrating crimes, and we're supposed to be somehow okay with that. People who say they need asylum but are not asylum seekers. There's no war in Nigeria. There's no war in some of the places where these people come from, but they bring their bad habits here. They bring all their dishonesty here, and now we are overrun by people we don't even know, don't even understand. They build shacks and squatter camps for themselves wherever they please, and they commit crimes, and you can't even track this person. This is not about hate. This is about patriotism. We love our country, and because we love our country, we will defend it and we will speak up, even when people call us haters. I don't want illegal immigrants in my country. They must go away. Point 1, the patriot. I say to you, deport all of them. Deport every last one of these illegal aliens. And I'm not afraid to say it. Our policy at the border should be soldiers at the ready, dogs on the prowl, and guns out. Soldiers at the ready, right at their post. Dogs on the prowl, walking back and forth, ready to get someone, and guns out, guns pointed and ready. You cannot come over the fence of South Africa like it's some sort of public park. You can't walk into South Africa like you're walking into a public park. That's ridiculous. Soldiers at the ready, dogs on the prowl, and guns out. Vote me in tomorrow. We must then say that we are patriots. We are not people who hate other people, because we are patriots and we developed a country over here. There are certain values, there are certain things that we believe in. There is certain trust among the countrymen of this country that is not there with people who aren't from here. There is a certain trust that develops naturally among people who have shared values and a shared history. Even though we've had our problems with each other and we can get it on each other's case and we can be at each other's throats all the time. Yes, because we're countrymen, that's what we do, and we deal with each other the way we deal with each other. Who are these now other people who want to come in here? We don't know these people. We don't want them here. We didn't even ask them here. We are proud of our country, and because we're proud of our country, we won't apologize for that. We won't pretend to be xenophobes so that the media and NGOs and other wokesters can be happy about it. We will not pretend to be haters, because we will love our country and we will not apologize for that, no matter what they call us. We are a positive people and a positive nation, and we want to be free and to own our own country without some interlopers, some weirdos, some illegals coming in thinking they can own our country and do whatever they want. We have just now received our freedom, and now we must share that with people who have had their freedom for decades. We must now share our country with people who have had their freedom for decades. Try for just a little bit to make that make sense. We are positive about our country. We're not haters of any other country. We don't care enough to. The Republic of South Africa is a country on its own. It is not some place you can just walk in whenever you want, and the government lets people do that. To love one's country is not it for others, because we are saying, where is the law and order? Where is the order that keeps things in place? Where is the order that protects the citizen? Because the citizen is the one that's been left out of here, the one that's in danger, the one that's in danger from people we don't even know. What is happening here is basically the gutting of the soul of a nation. They are taking out the soul of a nation and just gutting it out, hollowing it out. They are taking the soul of the nation and saying it doesn't matter, there is nothing to it, it's unsubstantial, and making the idea of a state empty. And once they do that, the only thing that matters is the government. It centralizes all the thought, all our belief, all our fidelity and loyalty to the government, not really to the country, because we are first loyal to our country before the government. A government can be voted out or pushed out, because we are loyal to the country first and not the government first. But if the idea of the country is now dissolved or watered down, the only idea that matters is the one who makes the rules. That is the only idea that matters, that power of the one who makes the rules. They're gutting out the soul of what it means to be a country, and they're doing it on purpose by letting any pauper and peasant walk over that fence. The natural love for our country is not xenophobia, it is to protect the idea of a country and to protect our own freedom, because we have shared values here and we are a state. We are not some sort of public park for Africans and anyone else who wants to walk over. Point 2, the fear. There is now a fear that we're supposed to have developed, calling us xenophobes. To have a phobia is to have a fear, actually, for the thing that comes before the word phobe. We are not afraid of people who are different to us. We are not afraid of foreigners. We just don't want illegal people here. All people who are illegal should leave. This talk of African brothers, and we're so afraid of somehow embarrassing this Pan-Africanist idea of being African brothers. I'll tell you who my brother is. First, people in the church. Second, my country, South Africans. I'm from here, I'm made here, and those are the people I would consider my brothers. Just because you have the same skin tone as me does not make you my brother. I have fidelity to those of my country and those of my faith. Those are my brothers. And of course, my natural brothers in biology terms. Everyone else is not my brother. That's just some guy I know. And the idea of having an open border is globalist and socialist and tears down the idea of the state. We're supposed to now fear other people or fear being called a xenophobe, and South Africans are neither. We are patriots. The good person is not going to sneak over a fence of a country. They might be suffering where they come from, but the minute they sneak over that fence, they are a perpetrator of a crime. We are not going to be fearful of not being nice. And then at that, sacrifice the fidelity and the freedom in our country and what this country means to us. We will not sacrifice that so that people will think we're not nice. No, it is unmanly to want to be nice over than what to do, what is right. And what to do, what is right, is to say these people should not be here. I don't want foreigners in this country. They should go. I want all the illegals out. If you're going to be a foreigner and in this country, be here legally, come here the right way. We are not here to unite with people and play little African games because we are South Africans first before we're anything else. I have more in common with an Indian person from Lenasia or some other place like that grew up eating Weet-Bix and watching cricket watching the Proteas on Friday nights. I have more in common with them than I have with a Nigerian and than that Indian person from Lenasia has with someone from Calcutta. Me and Rajesh from Lenasia have more in common than he does with Khan from Calcutta, and more than I do with Ade from Lagos. Because we're countrymen, and we're countrymen first. We are patriots, and we will not that be weakened by people in the media who want us to fear being called xenophobes. I stress this point of being countrymen because patriotism starts in like a sense of a family. It starts right from the actual natural family, where you have a shared name, shared genetics, and a shared culture and language with those people. And then it extends to your countrymen, to your community, and to all the systems that are built around you in your society. We are countrymen and we are patriots. We are not xenophobes. And the media message that wants to tell us to be nice, to never mind the crime, never mind all of this because they're our African brothers, is not a good message, and it's rubbish. We have solidarity and love for our own countrymen. All this talk that these people helped us during apartheid, took people in, okay, that's very nice. That's very nice of them. However, we must try to compare apples with apples. When people left here and went to other countries in Africa to mobilize for the apartheid struggle, those were very few people for a very specific purpose who were known to the government of those countries, who had a deal with the governments of those countries, and were there under the authority of that government. Now, when you come to the people and what's happening here in South Africa today, it is not the same thing. What's happening in South Africa today is a free-for-all of millions of people. Every kind of person, every vagabond, fiend, and criminal is coming in doing whatever they want. That is not what was happening during apartheid with those few people for specific purposes and for a specific time period under the authority of a government. Half the people that walk into South Africa today, we don't even know who they are or where they go. This is not noble, and it is not going to work to try and get us to fear being called xenophobes if we stand up for our country. We're patriots, and it goes all the way back to the great empires of any continent, actually, of any kingdom. And it is the absolute duty of every man to make sure he stands up for his country. He stands up for his people, because failure to do that is unmanly, effeminate, and completely disgusting. You are a failure if you don't do that. So we will stand up in the face of all these accusations to those liars and those louts with a yellow stripe down their back, and we will say, this is our country. We don't want illegal immigrants here. We are devoted and we love our country, the land of our fathers. Remember not to forget that you can get access to a short course on our Buy Me a Coffee page. All you have to do is follow the links in the description and buy us a coffee. If you become a member, you get access to the course and an ebook emailed to you every single month based on the topics we discuss on this show. If you can't buy us a coffee or become a member, just join our mailing list and you get one ebook. Thanks very much. Back to the show. Point 3. South Africa is undergoing a soft invasion and we're supposed to just stand back and let that happen. Isn't it any wonder that the people who are wanting to let the soft invasion happen are the same NGOs very involved in working with these communities? The same communities they put in their annual reports, the same communities they get paid to serve. We're letting a soft invasion take place, and South Africa is expected to be some sort of homeless shelter for failed bops that come from all over Africa. Q, which is a place down in Johannesburg, right outside the city there, used to be a sprawling suburb full of South Africans, is now overtaken, and it's a foreigner-owned suburb now, basically. Squatter camps pop up, and the soft invasion continues. Whole streets of Johannesburg city centre are overtaken by foreigners, and we're supposed to just stand back and let that happen. What about the law? What about order? What about citizens' rights? What about putting South Africans first so that the land of our fathers can be taken over? We're supposed to sit back and let that happen because we're nice people. We're not honest men. Government abdicates its authority and they don't care what happens as long as they're still on top and things are falling apart in a way that suits them. We have abandoned our natural loyalty to each other as countrymen, and we want to be nice, and we cannot do that because while we're doing that, the invasion continues. That's exactly what the politicians and the other fiends want us to do, the dirty, rotten scoundrels who put their country last and themselves first. We're supposed to be protecting a shared culture here, a way of doing things, a way of life. The love that people had for the country and for our own country is supposed to be suppressed, and we're supposed to put love for some other people coming from some other place first. What about law and order, ANC? What about what matters for South Africans and the buildings they're supposed to occupy and our cities, our land that's been taken over by squatters? What about that? The common good is put to the side while a soft invasion runs over this country. And everywhere you go, you are surrounded by foreigners, from restaurants to places where you want to buy your hardware equipment. Everywhere you go, the soft invasion continues in soft little ways and in very graphic ways. Point 4, the love. It is not a wicked thing to love one's country, to say that you are a patriot and a patriot all the way through, to prefer your own countrymen to the ways of other people. I don't have a problem with any of my countrymen, whether they're color, religion, or creed. What I do have a problem with is people who do not respect this country and do not respect us and want us to back down in the land of our fathers and abandon the common good, who want us to say that we are no longer South Africans, we're nice people. I don't care about being nice. Let us do the right thing. We have a love for our country and we will not import other people's problems. It is wicked to say that the shops, the waiters, people who marching out on the street for rights of other countries, the street hawkers, the people who take over jobs that South Africans are supposed to have, people who have jobs in the government and are foreigners while South Africans don't have jobs, equally qualified South Africans, by the way. The same people who want me to not love my country but give my country away to them, whether it's with shops, waiters, marchers, street hawkers, jobs in government, everywhere we possibly can, we're supposed to give away our country because we're nice people. No, I love my country. Doesn't mean I hate you, I just want you out of it. We have barely just gotten our freedom, and people who have had their freedom, some of them for 6 decades, and what have they done with it? They've squandered it, and they want us now to join them on that bus of squandering our freedom. It is not wicked to love my country, and I do not want it undermined by strangers from some God-forsaken hole in the ground, a dust ball where nothing ever happens. We will not be reversed by these people. We have our own problems and do not need theirs. They can go, especially if they're illegals. they can go and take their troubles with them. It doesn't even matter what the numbers are, if there's 2 million of them, 6 million or 10 million. How many are coming through a day, whether you deport 200 or 200,000 in a day, in a year, in a month? For me, it's not about that. It's deeper than that. And it's deeper than that for most of us. It's not about us disliking someone because he speaks Swahili or any other language, Chichewa or whatever. We don't care about that. It is about people undermining the authority of our country and disrespecting us in our own land, in the land of our fathers. That is what people don't want. That is what people hate. We are a people, we have an identity, and we have a history. And people walk around this country and disrespect South Africans in their own country. We're not going to take that. We're not about that life. That is what it's about. It's not about the numbers or the nationality or the language or the creed of some person we don't even know. It's the fact that we are being invaded and the love for our country is being turned into some sort of wicked thing. And then, on top of that, we are undermined, disrespected in our own country, and we have people taking it over through a slow invasion. That's what we don't want. Who are these flippin' people? What do they know about the crisp air of a high-felt winter? What do they know about this country? They just come here now after messing up their own countries. This is not about hate. This is about being patriots. It has become some sort of pop culture now to hate ourselves and to call ourselves xenophobes. I will not join those stupid people, those weak-minded, limp-wristed, feeble people. I will love my country, and I do not want illegals here. It is not about some pop culture thing. It is the love of the country and the love of the Father. That is what this is about. It's not about xenophobia. It is about loving South Africa. Just a reminder that you can get access to a short course on our Buy Me a Coffee page if you follow the links in the description and buy us a coffee. You can also become a channel member, which gives you access to the course, and an ebook will be emailed to you every single month based on the topics we discuss on this channel. You could also join our mailing list if you can't buy us a coffee or become a member. Thank you. Point 5, the fix. As I said, our border policy should be soldiers at the ready, dogs on the prowl, and guns out. We should definitely build that wall and build it high, and have drones over it, electric wire, whatever we have to. We should then, after building a wall, having our dogs and our soldiers and our guns, we should implement an e-verify system where you cannot work unless you're a South African citizen. And all visas for people coming in should be for short term, people who are coming to visit friends or coming for a funeral or coming for a job interview or coming for a holiday. Then medium, people who are here for a certain time, 3 months and above. And then a long-term visa and a special visa for people we've invited here for some special reason. There should be those 4 visas, short, medium, long, and special. And that's it. We should only have people with special skills that come in here and not every Tom, Dick, and Harry and their dog just walking over the fence. That's how we fix this thing. We should not even think about having anybody come in here without a special reason. We should form a repatriation campaign where we form centers in every province, 1 center in every province, and every legal immigrant has 3 months to get their affairs in order and report to that repatriation center, and then we send every one of them back. The campaign should last 3 months, and if you are still in this country after that 3 months, there's a military sweep, and when we find you, you will be dealt with very harshly. And if you've been here in this country all that time illegally, you can get the riches that you've accrued by being in this country illegally, and you can still keep them. That's how kind we are. It's a truth and reconciliation for all the illegals. They just have to report and be honest that they've been here. And if they don't, those people will deal with harshly. A center in every province so that they can go within 3 months, report there, and be shipped out with all their belongings, with all their money, and with their entire family. And we should definitely not register anyone born to a citizen from somewhere else illegally, who is here illegally. we should definitely not register those people as South African citizens. Those babies have no country. If their mother takes them back to Malawi and registers them there, good for her, not here. Then there should be inspectors that inspect every workplace, every school. You should have your South African citizenship, or you should have your South African identification. We should have inspectors and root out every single person from under every single rock, every single person who is illegal here. Once we've gone on that campaign of repatriating people, then you loosen the labor laws and the red tape, and you drop the minimum wage completely, and you let people work, and you let the South African get their jobs and their skills, and we build our country. The ANC is not serious about doing any of that. So it's important as we go towards the elections that we get the right government in that will throw these people out. We need to respect ourselves, and it is disrespectful to ourselves, to our fathers, and the land of our fathers to let people invade our country in this surreptitious, sneaky way. It is unacceptable, and it shall not be tolerated. We love our country, and these illegals need to go. I recommend a repatriation campaign. 3 months, you report, you gather your stuff, you gather your monies, and you ship out. And if you don't, we will put a boot on your neck. It's just that simple. This is about respect. Respect for our country and respect for our forefathers, the land of our fathers. The case is closed, my friend. This isn't about hate for some foreigner we've never heard of. South Africa is not a homeless shelter for every failed pop who needs a place to raise their head. This is a country and a state, a country we love, the country of our fathers, and we will protect it from within and without. We do not hate anyone, we just want them out.
My Native Land by Sir Walter Scott. Breathes there the man with soul so dead, who never to himself hath said, This is mine own, my native land, whose heart hath ne'er within him burned, as home his footsteps he hath turned, from wandering on a foreign strand. If such there breathe, go, mark him well. For him no minstrel raptures swell. High though his titles, proud his name, boundless his wealth as wish can claim, despite those titles, power and pelf, the wretch, consented all in self, living shall forfeit fair renown, and doubly dying shall go down to the vile dust from whence he sprung, unwept, unhonoured, and unsung.
Don't forget the links in the description, and if you dare, buy us a coffee.